It is not the purpose of this video to bash any singular specific person. It is not the intention of this video to espouse the views of a former disgruntled employee. In a different video, I may talk about the specifics about why I quit my job and talk about the company that I actually worked for. But in this video, I want to speak more broadly about what I was thinking when I made this decision and expound upon what I'm feeling presently. I'll be honest, is I've had this thought stuck in my head ever since a customer said it the other night. I wouldn't say it was an epiphany moment, but kind of like a cherry on top of a series of thoughts that I've had develop over the last few months. This customer was at the ATM and he essentially said that, you only got this one life, and as far as we know, it's also our last life. It's our first and last life, and that it's okay to move on. And I just couldn't understand why he was telling me this unsolicited, but it really got me thinking, based off something that had happened earlier in that day and based on some previous events that have taken place and occurred in my short time working for this company, 7 months. I do want to say that I feel sad in a sense. I feel sad because I am losing something, and I am just very uncertain about what the future will hold. They say that you should always have a backup job and position in case you ever leave your job. I couldn't do that in this case because this job has just been diminishing my well-being and health in a way that it simply wouldn't be appropriate or logical for me to stay in the present state of mind that I am in. I've struggled a lot with anxiety and depression throughout my years, without question. It would be an understatement to say that I'm extremely depressed right now. I'm trying to tell myself that work is work, nothing more. That I'm gonna be old news relatively soon anyways, and that I'm putting too much thought into this. But it's easier said than done to dismiss these thoughts, regardless of how cogent or illogical they may be. I will say that I've never quite understood the standard obsession with the rule that you have to give a 2 weeks notice if you want to leave a place. Now, I'm not saying that I'm opposed to that. If you're leaving a position on good terms and you want to ensure that unjust burdens don't get projected on to others, your previous coworkers, and maybe you actually care for the success of that particular company. But truly, no billion-dollar corporation would give a damn or vouch for you if you were fired yourself, and they wouldn't give you a 2-week notice letting you know that you're not going to be with the company anymore. They would just get rid of you. They would can you, because nobody is indispensable in a large conglomerate corporation like that. So, yes, I feel sadness. Yes, I am even questioning myself if I made the right decision. But what I do know is this. What I do know is that this job was detrimental to my health. And I'm not going to go into super specifics about it, but it's just the responsibilities and demands and expectations of myself with the position I was in. I just felt they were unreasonable, and it was coming home with work to me and hampering my mental health in a way that I have to monitor because of the mental health condition that I do have. That's the life that I've been granted. Those are the cards I've been dealt. I have to monitor my mental health, because if I go into a manic episode, that's where my life will truly be disrupted for the negative. You know, the last job I lost before this was a full-time job, and that was at the Amherst Chamber of Commerce, working as a marketing intern. It was a great paying job. It was full-time, and I lost it because of the manic phase of bipolar disorder. Now, one could advance the argument that I've lost a job that just recently became full-time because of the depressive phase of my bipolar disorder. So I've experienced the dichotomy of both. I've been on both ends of this timeline. I've been in the super manic state. I've been in the super depressed state. It's just, I don't know what's next. I know there's going to be something, but, and it's not just the fact that I left my job that I feel this way. There's a lot of mitigating factors, but the job was, you know, as I said previously, kind of like the cherry on top. And when the customer said that, it made me really think. And if the customer hadn't said that, I do believe that I still would have left this job in the coming days anyways. So it wasn't like it was this epiphany moment. It was simply a kind of a trigger for the decision that I ultimately made. And I thought deeply about it. I was awake all night. I am going to miss some elements of it. I am proud of what I believe to have been my hard work that I've done there, but it's just other people in that company don't see it that way or share my view and insights about my work effort, about my work ethic, about my diligence, about my commitment. So I will miss it in some sense, some aspects of the job, but overall I'm just feeling so much anxiety, and that's kind of how I knew this was the right decision. The anxiety I felt last night was overwhelming, and the thoughts were racing because of this decision that I have to make. And now I made it. And now I have to accept the reaction to that action. Every action has a reaction. I've taken my action. I've experienced the reaction. And now I got to focus on my next action, on improving my own health, focusing on my own goals, getting myself back into a mental shape where I can continue working somewhere else again, so that I can continue to build my savings and eventually go back to college. For this present moment, my brain needs to take a rest, and that's exactly why I'm going to be monitoring my mental health extremely closely in the coming days, until I feel like I'm in a better, more stable position, until I've had a chance to talk to my psychiatrist, until I've had the chance to maybe get a new therapist. Maybe it's that I need someone to vent to and talk to. I'm not sure. But I wish things could have ended on good terms, but it just wasn't meant to be. And I've taken my stance, I've done my action, and the past is the past. It is what it is. In a different video, I may or may not make this video. I may talk about the reasons why this job was stressing me out, why I felt like this was the decision I had to make with specifics. The reason I'm not sharing specifics is I just don't feel like it would be the right thing to do at this time. It's so, honestly, traumatizing in a sense that I just don't want to talk about it. I just want it to be over with and move on. But if my burning desire to help others, to inform others, to spread awareness about mental health to others overrides my fear of making that video, then I will make that video talking about the company I worked for and the specifics of why I quit my job today. But that is all for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Be sure to leave a like on this video so more people can see it. And if you have any experience leaving a job and you had ambivalence about the situation, feel free to share below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day.